What's wrong with your edges, girl?
Wake up, bitch.
Next on Sistas.
Cheyenne, why are you in jail?
I don't know. Something about lewd and lascivious conduct. It's you, diversifying your portfolio.
Where are you two coming from at this hour? Oh, I was just picking Cheyenne up. Sorry. I don't want to be around anyone right now. I want to be alone. Do you get it?
You sure?
How is this?
It's need to see you, man.
Are you crazy?
Okay, folks, I just wrapped up the episode. It was okay. 7 out of 10. Get a better view here. Okay, it wasn't bad. It's just that I don't really have a lot to say. Sabrina's in a coma, so her death has not been confirmed yet. Tony was an a-hole. I guess Cheyenne is here to stay, which, I mean, I don't mind, but I get why Andi is in her feelings about it. And that's about it. I don't really, how do you feel about Cheyenne liking other women as well? What was that quote from 2025? We listen and we don't judge. I mean, does this make her more attractive? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I've never really had a situation where I'm attracted to a woman that likes other women. I can't say. I can't say. I'd love to be your friend, you know, but I'm not really walking around with wads of cash. I mean, honestly, who does that anymore? Everybody has a card, but whatever. I think her mom is tripping. I don't like how her mom is forcing her because my attractiveness, or the fact that I'm attracted to Cheyenne aside, I do feel like what I said in a recent video stands true. And I think we even discussed it during the live stream last Wednesday. I think there is a lot going on, and Cheyenne didn't need to be introduced yet. I really wish they could have squared away the Sabrina stuff and then kind of move forward from there. Yeah, I know she's going to be in jail. She's probably going to end up in jail again. Remember in the trailer, she's wearing a different outfit and tells Andi, why don't you just leave like you always do? And Andy's like, that's not fair. So I bet Cheyenne winds up in jail a second time this season after her mom left. Yeah, I gave the episode a 7. It was okay. It was okay. I don't know when we're getting Madison. I don't know. And I'm not rushing it either. Yeah, they just kept saying stuff. I know Maurice was the first one, and I was waiting for Danny or someone to be like, she's not dead yet. It just felt off-putting. Yeah, her saying she has different values. A 10-year age gap, yet to be completely honest, Andi and the rest of the girls typically act like they're in their teens, so... Yeah, she's 25 because in season 7, all the girls are 35. So yeah, she's 25. Cheyenne has a serious drug problem and her mom's turning a blind eye. This reminds me of like Everybody Hates Chris or The Proud Family. When parents make the oldest child the third parent when it's not their responsibility. I'm going to be honest, you're lucky your television froze. Why is Rich trying to push Tony back to Danny? Let it go. I'm sick of Tony. Him acting like, I mean, what was it? Danny's phone went off at the hospital and he's going to catch a dang attitude over that dang police officer. And I'm glad they jumped on his behind at the police station. I mean, at the hospital. That's part of the reason why this episode got a couple extra points. But then, you know, he's still acting like he's the victim. So he's pretty much done with Danny, and Rich is like, Rich, shut up. Let Tony walk. So Sabrina has no family. Okay, so apparently I think her grandmother was mentioned in season 1, but then in the season she got arrested, she said, I have to get out of here. My mom can't find out because it will break her heart. My mom is sick and she depends on me financially. So now it's like her mom doesn't exist and her grandmother is dead. So she has no family. I felt, honestly, my heart kind of dropped when the what's his name, Dr. Samuels, revealed that Sabrina had Danny as her next of kin. Yes, if Pam's like, I'll put Sabrina's name in the prayer request box at church if I go. we all got a person like that in our lives. And then the whole thing where Rich, like Tony was speaking to me in terms of Rich, don't feel bad. You and Sabrina weren't even together. But at the same time, I'm like, Tony, can you not recognize that you and Danny weren't together? But like I said last week, I'm off that crap. I don't care. I do not care about the Tony and Danny stuff. And what I don't want to see is next week, we got Officer Green popping up at Danny's being really aggressive. I don't want Tony to pop up unexpectedly, save her, and then they get back together. Do not do that, but I feel like that's exactly what they're going to do. Wait, I remember that. So Sabrina's mom not a thing? Apparently not, because she wasn't mentioned in this episode. Or she could call her grandma mom. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Her mom is just trying to push her into getting married. Crap. This was the wrong time. Like I said, there's way too much going on. I really wish they would have given us like a Sabrina saga to kind of, you know, move from season 9 to season 10. Then you introduce the new characters. Y'all, the fact they won't show Sabrina is giving done deal. Somebody in a video, somebody sent me a clip from another YouTuber. It was like 2 people talking about the supposed drama behind the scenes. And I didn't catch this last week because typically when they do a last season on Sisters, basically episode 1 of a new season, they'll do a recap of the previous season. I zone out because I don't care. I didn't pay attention last week. I did not notice it until it was pointed out today. Sabrina and Karen were not in the season 9 recap. I was like, what? It's a 90-second recap, and I looked at it before the episode. They are not seen. Karen is mentioned a couple times. I don't even think Sabrina was mentioned. And I'm like, whoa. So they're really gone. Outside of those photos that Andi was looking at in this episode, they're gone. Like, we didn't hear Karen's voice. We did not get to see her in we didn't get to see Sabrina in the ICUs. Rich did. So she's gone. And no, I did not like Andi blowing up at Dr. Vaughn, even though I know she was going through a lot. It's just, yet again, she's quick to call people liar and liar omission. And I'm thinking, like, Andi, you do the same dang thing all the time. Whatever. She's not a roommate. She's your sister. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes family is crap, man. I swear. Like, this is my home. You're going to disrespect me. Just, good Lord. Yeah, Novi and Ebony are gone. I just hope they don't drag out to Sabrina on life support. I'm not trying to be heartless, but it's like, they don't need to do that. If she's gone, let her be dead. Simple as that. Sabrina will be in the hospital for the next 5 episodes. But it wasn't the right time for Dr. Vaughn. You are not wrong, but his perspective, hey, Andi, you're not answering my calls. You don't want to see me. And you did rush into my arms. So can we not have a conversation? But I don't know. They'll eventually talk because we know that in an episode and coming up, they'll be at that restaurant sitting at a table. Okay, we got over 200 people watching. Hit that thumbs up button to show you like the video. I'm checking online now to see if they dropped the trailer for next week. Give me one moment. No, I don't see nothing yet. In the new trailer, it seems like Maurice got some bad news. Okay. Oh, hey, here we go.
Next Wednesday on
Cheyenne mugshot.
Cheyenne, this is unbelievable. Interesting. It's the key? Yeah, it's just something comes. What are you doing here? I just want to see you again. Trouble. What happened between us was a mistake. You're scared, Andi. I feel it. We can't save her from herself. You need to go home. We're not done talking.
Yo, this little short person going to slam her door, going like, "We're not done talk." I swear, do not let Tony come and save her. I'm not saying I want anything to happen to Danny, but do not use this as an excuse to put them back together. We don't need this. The same thing happened with Preston when he saved Tony from Jonah, and then she let him stay with her again, asked to be in a relationship, and then cheated on him with Tony. I ain't gonna hold you. We might be getting some recycled storylines, and I don't necessarily like that. Yeah, I did see that moment where Maurice looks like he got some bad news. Dr. Samuels is a new character. Yeah, he's the doctor giving the characters the rundown on Sabrina. We're not done talking, man. If you don't get your little self out of there, it is like Andi's mom and sisters taking over her house. Trust me, I knew the feeling when I moved in, but whatever. The shame of it, the best of the three guys was Jordan, the original one. Yeah, I know. I don't like the character Cheyenne. It's awful. No Cheyenne slander is allowed on this channel. I think Sabrina will be in a coma for most of the season. I don't know. I think she's gone. The mom knows Cheyenne is a hot mess. Yeah, that's okay. Dumping her off with Andi is one thing, but acting like she isn't a hot mess is another. Because she's going to get this felony and whatnot. Date Cheyenne. I don't know. I'm a boring guy. I know that to be true. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't party. I am boring. All I do is work. I don't know who I dislike more, her or, I mean, who's more worthy of being disliked? I think Valerie is an enabler because you know what they say, like parents are usually stricter on their firstborn than their younger children. Jonah was worse. Now Green definitely going to be more worse. Yeah, plus he's a police officer, so he might abuse his authority. I think we'll find out Sabrina's dead towards the mid-season. That's a good. I could see that happening, but they did say if she makes it through the night, the next few hours are crucial. You might have a point that Andi's mom might be worse off than she's letting on, especially with her being this adamant about Cheyenne staying with Andi. Yeah, I agree. Disrespecting Andi in her own home, like, nah. Oh, was she reading the Bible? I saw her reading a book. I didn't know if it was the Bible or a law book, but if it was the Bible, I like that. I like that. I mean, Cheyenne isn't a bad influence. I'm pretty sure Andi won't be coerced by her. Valerie knows Cheyenne's a handful. That's why she's pushing her off. To me, it's messed up how the sisters are so close, but Sabrina was in IA. Maurice was the only one searching. Danny and Andi didn't give it a second thought. That's not fair. Danny was in her head about the whole Officer Green crap, which was stupid. And Andi had just learned about her mom's cancer. And now she's up under this random guy at the cookout. It makes sense. You know, Karen was about to leave and she was so concerned. I mean, yeah, because Karen kept leaving her voicemails. She can't deal with Cheyenne, so she's pushing her off on Andi. Cheyenne must have dates or sleep with Andi's ex. Andi's still the worst character. Should have made a bet about Sabrina being in a coma. Yeah. Valerie is disrespecting her own. I agree. I love when Zach was coming to Danny's defense with Tony. Yeah, because he was like that was not the right time for that bull crap. It was not the right time for that. Oh yeah, side note, I posted a bunch of shorts today. I got a bunch this morning. I edited 30 shorts. A bunch of them posted today, and I got more spread out between tomorrow and like next Wednesday. So be on the lookout for those. And a couple of discussion videos. I honestly don't think I'm going to have too many videos to do about this week's episode. You'll get your review, trailer breakdown, and maybe a couple of discussion videos, but that's it. Andi put Tony in his place. Who's your favorite? Who's my favorite? What exactly? I mean, I'm going to be honest here. I think we need to learn a bit more. Like, do Andi and Cheyenne have the same father? Was Andi just done with her overbearing mother to the point that she could not wait to leave for college? And her little sister resented her for that? That's kind of where I'm thinking the animosity comes from. Obviously, we can go into the whole, Cheyenne stole like Andi's boyfriend, but knowing that there's a 10-year age gap, that seems very odd if that's the case. So I don't know. I stood up and gave applause when Andi and Zach called out Tony. Who do you think blew up Andi's car? It was definitely Dr. Cruz. Tony was being a jerk. Yeah, like for real, this was not the right time for that BS. Cheyenne would have been around 8 when Andi left for college. Yep. Wait, I don't know. It's a 10-year difference. Okay. 18, 8. Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah. Basically, she was almost a full-on adult. Yes, Andi and Zach were real deal on that one. I'm glad they stuck up for her. Yeah, because it was just not the time for his foolishness. And yeah, that was my short. The video about if Cheyenne and Gary will hook up. I think Gary's gone, but you never know. I have no idea what Courtney's cooking. But I just came up with a theory because it just seems like a Gary move. Tony is selfish. I don't know why they are writing it in such a way where Danny is all apologetic and crap. I'm going to say this one last time. I, too, thought that Danny dumped Tony. I thought that as well, but apparently that was not the case. Yes, Sabrina was mentioned to have a mother when she was locked up in jail. Yeah, see, that's why I don't care. Tony's walking around like he did nothing wrong. Did we ever see Rich tell Tony about him and Penelope? I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, Sabrina's grandma apparently passed. I thought that too when she kicked it. I mean, if a woman tells me off, literally throws my stuff out in the hallway on the front yard or whatever, and tells me to give back her key or my spare key to her place, I'm taking that as a sign we broke up. Like, I don't really know what Tony was expecting, but for him to have the audacity to be like, oh, I'm not coming in. Oh, I'm getting my gym bag. We're done. We're done. Like, what the? She didn't even like my kids. Yeah, for good reason. I think Andi's mom is much sicker. Yeah, I agree. Her giving her key back should have been the breakup. Some things I feel like you don't need. There are some things that don't need to be verbalized. Your kids are apples that didn't fall far from the tree, thieves. Okay, well, to be fair, I believe the son just raided her refrigerator, but the daughter was the one who was like taking stuff like the handcuffs and the vape pens. He did tell Tony about Penelope, okay? The writers will have to bring Cheeto back. it's possible Cheyenne hooked up with one of Andi's boyfriends after she turned 18 years old. I guess, maybe. But like I said, the age gap is just, I don't know. I wonder why the writers are dragging this Tony. Yeah, I agree. I don't want Preston to be back with Danny. I too think Andi should have heard Vaughn out, but that's not happening. I just realized Danny and Fatima weren't in the episode a lot. No, we mostly got Andi and Cheyenne stuff. Yeah, that's some Madam level stuff right there. Didn't they say that Andi left for college and didn't look back? Correct. So the whole boyfriend thing doesn't really work out. But that's the thing about parents. Some of them can address their faults and shortcomings. Others do not. And I think that is bullcrap. And I know if I am ever a parent, I will be completely different from mine. And I will leave it at that. Okay. And also, side note, I don't know how this happened, but my season 10 episode 1 review blew up. It was only 2 days that I posted it. 2 days ago, I posted it. I think it's around 60,000 views. It's on track to become the second most viewed Sisters episode review I've ever done. Number 1 is episode 2. That has like 96,000 views. The number 2 spot is 62,000, but hang on, let me check the views. Okay, it's at 58,000. It might hit 60 by the end of the week. So that season 10, episode 1, it should hit 60K soon. So that's great. Spectacular. Who's more of a threat, Madam or Cruz? I want to say Cruz because he's white. When do you think they're going to let Fatima start showing? I don't know. Yeah, that was mentioned by someone earlier in the live stream. They kept talking about Sabrina in the past tense. No, I'd be pissed off too. See, that's a bad mom. It's like she drank a $500 bottle of wine. Ooh, I'm surprised you'd spend that much on a bottle of wine. Like, what the? Again, she's the baby, and I bet she got all sorts of special treatment. I wonder how long. Oh, okay. I don't know. We know that in Zatima, there's the 4-month time jump. I want to get her a Zatima season 3 look. If I'm not mistaken, I think Crystal said that she stayed a certain weight during like season 3. And then like in season 4, that's when she got the huge baby bump. Because, you know, if you look at Crystal and recent posts and whatnot, you know, she's really toned up and slimmed down because of her workouts. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident I did a video on this because I believe it was during an interview where Crystal said, I kept on a few pounds to film this particular season of the show, but that was so long ago, I kind of forgot the specifics of it. But I do believe that she purposefully kept on some pounds for a particular season because Fatima was pregnant. So, like I said, I forgot the details. Andi grew up with both parents. Her father died when she was young, though. Now, I don't know if her and Cheyenne have the same daddy. That could explain several things. Yeah, KJ's bump is much more noticeable this season. I think it's adorable. Crystal had to do that. Okay, good. I'm just making sure in my mind I wasn't misremembering. Okay. I'm not ending the live right now, but just so you know, I'm not staying on too much longer because 1, this episode didn't give me a lot to work with, and 2, I got a dentist appointment in the morning, so I want to make sure I'm up and ready to go for that because as soon as I get back, I am passing out. I want to do some videos, but if I pass out, I pass out. I like that Andi was reading the Bible. Yeah, that was good. Never have too much word. Cheyenne is a grown female version of Caillou. Oh, no, don't do it like that. Yeah, I mean, at first, when we did the close-up of her leg, I'm like, oh, no, did she get banged up from that explosion or something? But I'm like, oh, okay, no, they're not, no. Yes, I did. Golden Sisters, where he talked about, and I did a video on that too. Pretty much, the idea of just a Sistas franchise. They could have at least have her hear Karen's voice. I thought the same thing, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. I wouldn't mind Golden Sisters. Yeah, Maurice is taking it the hardest. And I felt for Andi too, because she's right. It's like one thing after another. And these aren't like minor inconveniences like, I had a flat tire today. I had a rough day at work. I went to my favorite restaurant and they were out of my favorite meal or whatever. No, this was like legitimate life-threatening things. And I love how Andi didn't even talk about herself. Karen's leaving. Sabrina got in this accident. Not once did she mention, I almost died. I lost my car. No, she's thinking about her friends. I think we might see a few pop-ups. I doubt it. Unless it's like a flashback or something. But hey, you know what? I've been wrong before. And we'll have to wait and see. I do feel like they might drag this out, though. Oh, man. I thought Maurice would have left the bank. Yeah, I thought that too. But no, he's adamant about staying to pick up the slack. Man, you know something's up when Maurice is about, hey, I got to get serious at work. But even so, I think Paige will get Sabrina's position, though. Wait, hang on a second. At least we found out it was Dr. Cruz who sent that text to Andi. Did we, though? I mean, if it was mentioned in this episode, it went over my head. Yeah, that's right. He doesn't know about the car bombing. Fatima mentioned it in tonight's episode. Yeah, it was mentioned, a message she sent. Okay, that went over my head. I didn't hear that. I hope Andi doesn't experience another life-threatening event. Please deal with the PTSD for the crap she's already been through. Like, there's way too much. I hope Paige and Maurice Frank. Yo, I'm glad that Danny and then Fatima said this. It was not the right time to worry Karen when they didn't know what was going on. And I wish Andi didn't call her. I hope Paige and Maurice's friendship will still be good. Fatima said that Sabrina was her friend, which makes it even more awkwardly painful when Sabrina told Maurice, yeah, she's really starting to feel like one of the girls. I'm starting to like her. I'm like, really? Really? I hope Paige and Maurice's friendship still be good with Sabrina gone. Yeah. Yep. Okay. What else we got here? We still getting the bank? It seems so. Okay, she said it when they got back home. All right, man. Yeah, I must have blacked out for a second there. I caught everything else in that scene, but I missed out on that. Oh yeah, my favorite part is like, please, no more pop-up cookouts. This one was a disaster. I mean, I remember saying like Fatima, this is a random thing to pop up on. It's like you just can't plan a cookout in less than 12 hours. But I get it. Karen was going to leave early, so. Okay, I'll take a few more comments. Like I said, I got to go to bed and get up early in the morning. So I'll do my episode review and trailer breakdown. And like I said, I don't really see myself doing like 30 videos this week. because, I think the news cycle is going to slow down because we got like the Joe's College road trip and a bunch of other Tyler Perry stuff announced. But I think this week should be pretty tame. I mean, as long as views are coming in, I'm good. I'm good. Maurice going to have to cover for Sabrina's duties. I thought Sabrina was going to have some kind of positive come her way since Dr. Steve. I don't know. Yeah. Basically, Dr. Samuels was giving the rundown to everybody, but when he talked to Dr. Vaughn, he just told it like it is. It doesn't look good. I love moments when Andy's showing more for warm side. That was sweet. I just hated the fact that they had that shouting match. Yo, when she got that bottle out of the trash, Cheyenne! And then Cheyenne bolted. That was funny. I hate when parents your child is having a legitimate breakdown and all you can do is just brush it off like, oh, you can stay here with your sister. Like, man, F that. Cheyenne is nothing but trouble. She's nothing but fine trouble. It looks like the door is still open for Karen to come back or at least be in the background. Yeah. I don't think it's this season, though. Go and date Cheyenne. 10. Yeah, that part where Andi wanted to carry her mom was cute. Yes, her child is having a breakdown, but she has cancer. I love the moment of Zach and Zatima on the couch. Yeah, me too. Me too. Wow. Okay. Shocking. Amazing to me. The personally high ratings 2 weeks in a row. Well, hey, like I said, I gave last week a 10 because of personal life stuff, but I think a 7 is fair. Yo, that just pisses me off when it's giving me like bad flashbacks. What gagged me was Andy's face when the doctor said Danny is Sabrina's next of kin. Yo, she be on that jealousy streak. Of course she'd be. I ain't gonna lie though. Valerie's low-key right about that jealousy. What are your predictions for Andy's character? I will say this. Courtney is taking Andi in a direction that I didn't expect. I actually feel for her character. We know the besties are Andi and Karen and Danny and Sabrina. Agreed. Cheyenne wanting them weed gummies. That dude she was messing with was a drug dealer. I thought they were going to run the train on her, to be honest. The way he was looking at her, I'm like, what? Man. Okay, let me see here. Got home, juice shop, choose out Cheyenne. Maurice calls Pam. Yeah, we talked about the episode. We talked about everything. I mean, I don't really have too much to say about Dylan except for thank God it isn't Q. We need the college flashbacks. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like Cheyenne is having the time of her life, and then Andi gets a phone call about bad news. It was some girl on top of Cheyenne. I know that lucky girl. And Cheyenne can cook too. Wifey material. Sabrina and Danny was close. Danny and Andi were closer. Yeah. Yeah. But let's not forget, Karen didn't make Andi one of the godmothers. So, wow. That was rough. Okay, folks. So my sister's staying in town with a friend over the weekend. My mom's going to drop her off before my nephew gets on the bus. So simply put, I don't know if she's going. I told her, like, hey, you going to the dentist with me? It's only like an hour. And if my insurance covers the teeth cleaning, then I'll have money to go get something to eat. So she might ride over there with me. I don't know. But either way, I know I need to close up shop here. Like I said, there's a lot of videos I posted. There's a lot scheduled. So tomorrow, you'll get your trailer breakdown. The episode review, I'm debating on when I'll post it. Because like I said, I might wait a few days because if the numbers go up, like the premiere review did when I posted Monday, I might wait. But like I said, I don't think I'll have a bunch of videos to do pertaining to this episode. She's doing better. She's not fully recovered, but she's walking better and stuff like that. But there's still insurance and police report crap to get done. So I feel like dealing with getting a makeover at some point with I feel like dealing with getting a makeover at some point with his hair, at least. Who are you referring to? Oh yeah, thanks for those who donated. Some people sent some money, and I appreciate it. I went ahead and forwarded the donations to her. She says thank you. Oh, Dylan, okay. All right, well, I'm about to close up shop and go to sleep. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the video. If you come across any Tyler Perry related news, feel free to send it my way. And that's it. All right, have a good one.